tunnel. Seems like this place was originally a metropolis, although the density of the crystals makes it difficult to discern what kind of city it was. You've been moving underground for a while, and I'm unable to track your coordinates exactly. The concentration of crystals here is very high. Be careful not to make prolonged contact with them. From here on out, all you have to do is follow the tracking device that was given to hammering. Look in front of you.
So, that's the crystal cluster. It's not as luminous as I imagined it would be.
Based on the location, it's highly probable that that's the same crystal cluster that the away team was in. Let's get closer. Yes, there's hardly any light left.
There's a space inside it. And there's something like a lever here.
That's a brake system.
Giga Drooly?
Huh? It's a very primitive manual brake. Just a moment. Initiating deduction. Deduction complete.
What's with all the fancy words? You just thought for a second.
Pulling that lever will release the brake and cause the crystal cluster to travel down the elevator shaft. Well, not travel down. More like fall down. Either way, I believe it uses this tunnel as a passageway. The tunnel is L-shaped, and the crystals seem to have come down here like it was riding a slide. It spat itself out the other end, crashed here, and incurred some damage.
So it broke from the impact?
Then, what about the people who were stuck inside it? Are they still in one piece? How do you know that? Huh? What about it? What does a TV have to do with our current situation? Boom. It's got boom installed on it.
So they're safe. Not only that, but they're apparently relaxed enough to enjoy gaming.
Huh? I wouldn't be so sure. They might be in more danger than you think. For Eleg, installing boom is easier than breathing. Okay, maybe not that easy, but I'm just saying that she can do it in a snap.
What are you doing?
It's not just her either. It seems the others are safe as well. They've stopped at the level which gives out the most health recovery items in the entire game.
Sounds like a bit of a stretch to me. It's Alec's last will and testament. Do you even know what that phrase actually means?
Anyway, what you're saying is that everyone is okay?
Most likely.
But why aren't they here?
I'd say it had something to do with those things.
They're getting better and better at sneaking up on us. Enemy down. However, the noise from the encounter has alerted all nearby raptures in the vicinity. You can't stay there for long.
Let's do what we have to do and get out. Eleg, Liverin, and Hammering clearly came along with the crystal cluster. They installed boom on the TV in front of us and left a message by proceeding to a certain stage. I don't know if this is worth pointing out. but I believe they managed to evade the Rapture attack and make an escape. We have not encountered any signs that would point to their demise or being injured, so the chances of their having survived are high. Our next move should be to follow the signal emitted by Hammering's tracking device.
The signal being picked up by the tracker shows it's not too far from you. The only thing which is concerning is that there is no sign of movement.
Hammering. I'll take the lead. Everyone, follow me. Brake. An object which uses friction to either slow down or fix a certain speed.
What are you saying?
Brake. Brake. Trony? I don't think it's a good idea to talk to yourself while using the comms equipment. It's a bit distracting. Oh, sorry. I was just trying to sort out my thoughts. Why would that hunk of crystal have a brake system on it? That's, so that it could be transported, perhaps? How do you mean? You set the brakes to fix it in place, then gather as much electricity as you want. Once you've achieved your goal, you release the brakes and send it here through the elevator. I've seen something similar to this when I worked at the logistics center. Like the ladder on a fire truck. Although, in this case, the act of transportation itself seems rather haphazard. What cause would they have to move it to another location? I'm not sure. Perhaps because it could serve some function here? Go on. That crystal contains a whole bunch of electricity. There had to be some reason it couldn't be utilized in the crystal cluster's previous location. Perhaps, it had to be taken to something that could generate electricity in bulk. I'm not sure. The basic principle behind moving something is to get it to a location where it can be put to good use. So there must be something around here which requires a whole lot of electricity to operate.
Fragile, you're in the transportation squad, right?
Yes.
You're pretty bright. Not to say that I thought people in the transportation squad would be dim.
No offense taken. I'm always looking for ways to prove myself, and I have a keen interest in theories and their application. To be honest, I haven't had much work lately.
Oh, sorry to hear that. So, can I ask you, what's your theory as to why that crystal cluster has a brake system?
Considering the heretics are nearby, it could have something to do with them.
You think so?
I think it's quite likely.
Well, whoever it is, it's impressive what they managed to pull off. Also, there's one more thing I can't figure out. So Liverin and Alec were stuck in the crystal, with their butts hanging out.
Excuse me?
Oh yeah, they were full-on mooning us.
How embarrassing.
Don't worry, they were fully clothed.
Commander, don't tell me you saw it as well? You saw the buttocks of someone you're not even dating? You should be ashamed of yourself.
No more butt talk. That's not what's important.
I find it incredibly important.
The question is, why were they only showing their rear ends?
Can we at least try to get this conversation back on track? Yes, that makes sense.
She was probably bending over to take a closer look and was yelling out to Liverin, who was right beside her, to come take a peek. Eleg was probably vibrating with excitement, and I'm sure that made Liverin all the more curious.
Before it could be transported, the door closed on them and they both got stuck. The worst case scenario is that some crystals may have pierced their abdominal areas. However, what truly worries me is the notion that someone may be controlling this crystal. That there's another entity manipulating this mechanism and operating the crystal like a machine. Hi. Not only did she seem hostile, but she also appeared to be controlling the crystals. I think there's a high probability that we'll be seeing her here. Huh?
You're close. You'll be arriving soon.
I'll take the lead.
Bless her soul. She's trying to run, but she's slow as a snail. If there was only a booster on her drills. Neon, can it, would you?